Okay, let's go live. We live. Man, happy ask the native indigenous if they're celebrating Thanksgiving today day. Yes. Peace and blessings, y'all. Avenger. Thursday edition of the campaign trail. This is definitely a pain trail day for our native indigenous brothers and sisters who have been called Indians and savages and received, you know, I well, I gotta wait 2 minutes before I go. So I guess we can wait until notifications. Hey God, daughter. Hey daughter God. You looking like little Pocahontas today with your native indigenous braids. Salute. We are not celebrating, I repeat, we are not celebrating the native indigenous original family decimation today. Genocide today. No, we are not. We do thank God every day, or whoever you think. We thank God for health and family and love and food and roof over our heads and all that every day. Not no one special day that we're gonna call Thanksgiving. And we definitely ain't feeding into the folly day pagan propaganda of our native indigenous brothers and sisters being conquered over here by the European conquistadors. That is nothing to celebrate for us. So I would sure wish and appeal to our people, the descendants of the slaves of these same conquistador conquerors. Some were Spaniards and some was Englishmen. That we don't participate in none of these heathen games, as you know, as we gonna still continue to do. You can't tell me nothing. All right, well, I'm just putting it out there. Same with Christianity coming up next month with the Jeremiah 10. Be not like the heathens who go out and get a tree out of the forest and cut it down and then bring it home and fasten it and decorate it with silver and gold. Be not like them brutes and them heathens. But hey, man, all I can do is deliver the messages. Y'all, we gonna do what we gonna do with it, right? Elmatic, salute. Elmatic, powerhouse, salute. Black attack, salute. So yeah, we're not here promoting that whatsoever. Definitely enjoy your family and thank God for your family and for food and love and all that every day. It's really disrespectful to go along with your conquistadors, your conquerors, to celebrate just one certain day, which is really at the expense of our indigenous family. So we're not with that. But the subject is what really determines who's better or who's best in a rap battle, who won, who wins. You know what I mean? It's whoever can sway the majority, right? The masses. Whoever can sway the majority. So I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Peace, bro. C. I'm hearing a lot of stuff regarding my last couple of posts about K. Dot and Lil Wayne potentially, possibly going at it. I'm hearing more chatter that Lil Wayne is actually supposed to be dropping a diss record tomorrow, Friday. I don't know. We'll see. But it's good, it's good for the culture. It's good for the rap culture. Rap battling is what this is all about. It's just like boxing or MMA or any other contact sport. It don't have to get personal. It don't have to go into the street and go into violence and nothing like that. It should be entertainment. But us as mentally dead, emotional ex-slave descendants of slaves, we won't leave it in the entertainment space. We gonna try to prove that we street and tough and all of that, especially if we get to rapping about our toughness and our streetness and our gang affiliations or whatever. So that's where it get cloudy, and that's where J. Edgar Hoover 2.0, COINTELPRO 2.0 comes in, and somebody follows their handlers' instructions, their FEZ handlers' instructions, and kicks off some violence and turns it into some East Coast versus West Coast, or some West Coast versus the South, or So we not here for none of that. We're not falling for none of that. But I do want to kind of dissect what people consider best or better. Just because I like something don't mean everybody else likes it. So what actually determines who won or a battle, a rap battle, or don't it have something to do with the media who are just like voting with Trump and Harris? Don't it come down to who can get the majority people to side on they side? Right? I don't care what you think. You don't care what I think. It comes down to the majority. What does the majority think? So if the majority thinks that Kendrick or K. Dot beat Drake or is better than Drake or whatever, then it ain't about what what Drake think or how he feel, because you signed up for a sport that that is at the mercy is dependent on how the masses or the majority feel about your performance. It's like boxing. You know, you got the crowd can boo all they want, but then them three judges ringside, they gonna determine who won. That's the sport you signed up for. That's the sport you signed up for. Right? So to me, a person that seemed like they really lost is somebody that's gonna be crying about it. If you're gonna be crying about it, it seemed like you kind of really lost. Because somebody that know they won just be like, all right, well, let's run it back. You know what I'm saying? If you know you really won or you really the better one, then you just gonna keep on running it back, just like you Michael Vick, and we used to roll the little pits. You know what I'm saying? Scratch. Okay, let's run it back. Scratch. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep going until somebody clearly quit, or till somebody clearly gets maimed. To the point where it's a clear winner. So we could say all we want, who's the best, who's better than who's better than. It's going to come down to those artists' ability to sway the masses. The artist's ability to get the majority of fans, the majority of people that's participating in the sport, that's watching, to side with them. I don't care what you feel. It's like anything. Like I said, it's like the Trump vote versus Biden versus Harris. I don't care what you feel. You don't care what I feel. That part don't matter. Who won? Who got, whether it's through deception, whether it's through bots, whatever, I don't know, whatever. This is America. This is the great corrupt, ain't no honor and righteousness among these thieves and slave masters and all of that. So it's gonna come down to who could get the majority of the people on their side. That's what determines who's best or who won or who's better than another person in whatever field. Right? Unless it's a full contact sport that you can clearly see one person knocked another person out. And unless the judging is determined by something like that, then yeah, if you're just going about which the crowd likes this song more than that song, then hey man, crowds can be programmed. It happens every day. So are you mad at the person that knows how to program them? Are you mad because they know the business? You was relying on the music and they was relying on the business, and they beat you with the business side of the game while you thought you beat them in the music side of the game. That's what's going on with Drake and Kendrick. Now you want to cry about bots? Didn't bots make your career? Didn't all this payolas type stuff make your career? It didn't matter when you was getting your way. But when it really come down to where we from, it's the crowd. Like, can you move the crowd? Can you, like battle rapping, can you make the crowd say, oh? So it don't really even got nothing to do with what you think is fire. If I think my lyrics is fire, but they not moving the crowd might be slow and dumb and ignorant and all of that. So I lose because I don't know how to speak the slow, dumb, ignorant masses language. So I lose. But I knew what I signed up for. It ain't about it. my lyrics make the most sense and my rhymes is more precise. This word rhymes exactly with that rhyme, where his words ain't even rhyming. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It got something to do with, do you know how to speak the language of the masses? In the NOI, we got lessons that say no man can be successful in teaching a people unless they can speak clearly the people's language, not your own language. I might know Picasso, I might know whoever, the Shakespeare, I might know all this. That don't matter to the masses. Do you know the masses language? Do you know the dumb, ignorant, whatever, ninjas, you know what I'm saying, rebellious masses language? Do you know the youth language? That's what it come down to. I hear a whole lot of salty old, school dudes my age and over, especially, no hate, no diss, but especially in New York, that say, the West Coast ain't this, or Kendrick ain't that, and Wayne would, hey man, this is about the masses. Are you in touch with the masses? That could be true in a perfect world, but the world we living in is filled with people that went and ran out and got the Fauci juice, that run out and buy cigarettes and carcinogenics and put it in their bodies, and pork and alcohol, and you dealing with an imperfect world. So if you don't know how to peep the game in an imperfect, corrupt, ignorant world, and the fact that Kendrick K-Dot is able to get the masses the masses of ignorant, young, wild, rebellious youth on his side, and he pushing consciousness, he pushing like righteousness, morality, spirituality. Like, man, I know how hard that is of a task that is. So, I'll be sitting back just listening and watching these old heads my age and older, and like, that's whack and he's whack and his cadence is this and his words ain't right, his wordplay ain't this. Like, man, tell it to the judge. Because these children out here, we with our precise, perfect PhD hip hop standards and all of that, we fumbled the ball. We allowed, if that's the case, if our judgment is the correct judgment, well, we allowed this shit to get dumbed down. If we don't agree with how dumbed down it is, we allowed it to get dumbed down. Well, it's our fault. We didn't enforce no law. We didn't bang. We didn't push no line and really enforce, these record executives and whoever, make sure that they didn't dumb us down and water us down. Shit. You got to deal with the grade level that our people is at this point. Not what should be. You got to deal with what is. Can you drop some gems, some knowledge of self, some wisdom, some morality or whatever in this mentality generation? Do you know how to speak this generation's language? Yeah, that's a feat for your ass. That's a miracle for your ass on 34th Street. Can you resurrect this most rebellious, young, burnt out, ignorant, drugged up, distracted generation that has ever existed on the planet? Can you get through to them with some positive stuff, with some black God stuff? Yeah. I don't think Lil Wayne or Drake is pushing that subject matter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody want to sound tough and street, but I don't think I heard nobody really pushing for family values and spirituality and black reparations. And I ain't hearing nobody else really saying that on that level. It's people that do talk about it, but they ain't pushing that whole line like on some revolutionary street gang bang. They not banging it. Kendrick is banging it. From what I can tell, he's banging fatherhood. He's banging family, black family, husbandhood. He's banging black God, black Moses, black Panther, black consciousness. We gonna be all right. Black spirituality. Like, hey man, am I lying? What is that worth in a perfect world? Shit, in wartime, that's priceless. I don't want to hear about nothing. I want to hear about your money, your female, how many females you smashing. I don't want to hear nothing about your jewelry. I want to hear what kind of car you drive. I don't want to hear none of that. Matter of fact, you a target, because if you throwing that in my face and telling me that I'm broke, okay, let me show you something that I'm not. Let me show you what I can do about your bragging. Yeah. So it's gonna come down where it has come down to now actual quality. I'm not saying quality of rhyming techniques. I'm talking about content. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So these dudes that's commercial and they don't have no content. They don't have no, like Martin Luther King, the content of your character. Your character is say anything and do anything just to get a bag. Say anything just to pander to the females and to try to get a bag and try to get a concert tour or whatever. You're not saying that revolutionary. This is the revolutionary season now. We have entered the season of revolution, the real revolution, not all of these test runs and rehearsals. This is the real revolution now. And the youth always run revolution. You have some wise people for counsel in the background, some wise elders, but the elders understand the energy and the I don't give a Fness mentality of the youth. And they just, guide them to express that energy in the right direction. The elders, the real revolutionary elders ain't saying don't ride. No, they saying, no, this is who you ride on. Ain't no warlords is going to war. They're going to be fully about the warfare, but they're going to be more efficient. They're going to be like, okay, no, don't waste no unnecessary energy on this and on that. This is what you want to do. It ain't how many people, you heard that saying, it ain't how many people you do, it's who you do and where you do them at. That's how you get the most effect. Work smarter, not harder, meaning, and there's nothing wrong with being a hard worker, but if you're a smart worker and a hard worker, then yeah, you're finna get it done way quicker. This is the enemy. Oh, okay. I don't got, so you mean to tell me I don't have to fight 50 or 100 little dudes. I just got to fight that one dude right there and do it in public. I got to catch him in public and make sure such and such is filming it or whatever. And then I go rock his jaw. Oh, so I'm going to go viral for that because I took down Goliath. I didn't have to fight my way up like Game of Death or Bruce Lee, fight my way up to Goliath. I'm just going to go straight at Goliath. Got nothing to lose. I ain't wasting no time, wasting no energy. I'm going right for him, right at him. So that's the real cheat code. The real cheat code is understanding how to get right to the op, how to get right to the leader, the head. You hit the head, the body gonna drop. That's why I'm into smashing my people's false idols, their false gods, their leaders, not their fellow companions. And no, you go for the head and the whole body gonna drop. If you a fan of a false idol, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna destroy your idol. Then you got to drop. What you gonna do? Retaliate for your idol? That's your idol. That's who you look up to. That's your God. So if I dropped him, you don't stand a chance. So we can all, like I said, everything is a science and an art. Boxing, they say it's the sweet science, and anything that you so studied into, it becomes an art. Some people is gifted just by nature. Somebody just born. Some people just got the gift to be already artistic. They ain't really have to go through the science of it. They just got the gift of being an artist, with fighting, with rapping, with producing, with whatever they do. Yeah, but if you're not, like I said, if what your art is not being used for the revolutionary purpose and the time on time and in time for the revolutionary purpose, the real purpose, the highest purpose, which is warfare for righteousness' sake, for your own people, and then for all people ultimately, then you compromise, and the enemy knows, okay, you influence. They recognize that you got a gift from God, but you don't know what to do with it. So they gonna do something with it. They're gonna take your gift and use your gift for their purpose. They're gonna take a Beyonce, or they're gonna take a Usher, or they're gonna take whoever and spin them. Now they work for me. They work for my agenda. You could have been singing to free your people. You could have been singing to tell your girls to not twerk and put their clothes on and be wives and mothers. But, I got a hold of you, and I'm going to throw a bag at you. I'm going to throw some black male or some white male stuff on you, have it dangling over your head. Now you're going to use all that gift and that beauty for our satanic purposes, to Pied Piper and lure all the rest of your little sisters and girls and dudes or whatever into this fire, this Thanksgiving fire we got for y'all. This rotisserie cookout that we want y'all to hop on this grill with us. So Kendrick, and you know what I'm saying, K Dot, from my view, is a son of the time. He's the son of the time of the times. Time and destiny called him into existence to do exactly what he's doing right now while he's doing it. I don't know how long he's gonna last. I don't know how long he's gonna be the boss of this particular wave, but right now he is. Right now he is, and any wise elders or wise people know to help. When you see that, somebody like that shows up and you've been waiting for him, then you're supposed to immediately support that and help those type of people. I don't care who got talent. I don't care who like it. I don't care about none of that. What do you stand for? What are you rapping about? What are you singing about? What are you acting about? What are you doing if you're a NBA franchise player or NFL player? Like, what do you do with your fame and your influence? Are you using it for the revolution? Are you fighting for your people against the people that's trying to manipulate you? The people that's making you a star? They know that you a talent. They know God gave you a talent. They exploiting you. They leeching onto you. You made $1 billion and they made 10 billion. You know that. So what are you doing with that billion? What are you doing with that influence that God gave you, that your enemy, the op, is using you for their agenda more than you using yourself for your own people's agenda? What you willing to do with that? What are you doing? What are these rappers doing? I don't care about. So while Kendrick is consciously where he is, he got my full support in this. I don't know about no other little stuff or whatever that might come out or whatever. I'm talking about this. That's same with what I say about Kanye when he going up against the real enemy. I'm saying about Candace Owens, she going up against the real enemy. I'm 1,000% on supporting them on those specific topics. And I'm 1,000% supporting Kendrick on this subject, especially when I heard my commander-in-chief say that Kendrick is the boss of this rap game right now. I don't know how long he's going to be the boss, but right now, while he is the boss, you know what I'm saying, and I'm here, what you think I'm going to do? I'm obeying my commander-in-chief. He's not the boss of us as a people. He's a boss of this rap bullshit, this corrupt rap satanic programming machine that been corrupting our youth mind for the last 70 whatever years or more. So if Kendrick is the boss of that right now, then yeah, I'm a happy employee. I'm an intern. Nigga, you ain't got to pay me. I'm doing it for free. I'm looking. That's like joining the army. I didn't join the army for money. I want to fight. I was waiting for somebody that I could fight, that I could rally behind, that I could fight for. Yeah. Well, his lyrics saying he ain't the best. Nah, fuck his lyrics. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm talking about what he stand for. Excuse my language. I'm talking about the consciousness, the image that he stands for. You can't give me money to represent that. You can't give me money to ride for that, and you can't give me money to stop. Your fame, your money can't get me started, and it can't stop me. I just need to see somebody that I recognize, and then, of course, hear, my commander-in-chief verified. Oh, you shit, say no more. You effed up, man. Y'all effed up. All I can do is warn you. All I can do is warn you. Because if Farrakhan say he's the boss of this little rap bullshit game, then he's the boss. He's the boss that we need right now. So y'all gonna see what that means shortly. Y'all already should see it right now. Y'all should already see fulfillment of prophecy and shots, divine shots that got called coming to fruition. But hey, if you don't, just keep looking, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Yeah. Dave-O, salute. Yeah. Dave-O say 2024, the year of the fallen idols. Man, you ain't never lied. Thank you, Dave-O. Drake, Diddy, and several others. It's more that's going to be named as time go on. You got to keep it in mind, and I'm not provoking them because it's already been provoked. I just understand what I understand. I have relationships and history and receipts like nobody else do. And just the fact that Kendrick mentioned Lil Wayne by name, he mentioned Snoop by name. You know what I'm saying? There's issues there. There's issues there. You know what I'm saying? If one person feel like they've been disrespected or slighted or disregarded, or then somebody else is going to speak on it. Then the person that feel like they've been done wrong is going to speak on it. The Quran said like that, not that I'm pushing that, but I'm a Muslim. But it say that God, the Most High, hates the public utterance of hurtful speech unless it's by one who has been wronged. So we ain't supposed to be dissing and talking bad about each other unless somebody has already wronged us. Then we got the right to speak on it. Especially if they already wronged us publicly, then we got the right to speak on it publicly. So we with that whole type of energy, and it don't mean that it's turning into physical violence or whatever. We can still look at it as sport. This is a sport. It's a contact sport. It's a verbal contact sport. Especially if you want to battle, you want to diss, then it ain't no rules. It ain't no rules. Just like Drake kept on talking about Kendrick baby mama, kept her name in his mouth 3 or 4 songs or something like that, kept on taking shots at her like, damn, dude. So when Kendrick hit him back with the A minor subject matter, then it ain't no rules in this. The rules is, can you say something that's gonna make the crowd go, ooh? That's the rules. Can you catch a dude on the chin or in the stomach or in the liver and make the crowd go, ooh? That's what determines who won. That's what determines who was the best. You could be beating my ass for 11 rounds, 12 rounds, but in the 12th round, I catch you on your chin. Guess who won? But you see, he was losing the whole fight. Shut up. I only took me one hit. Only took me one smooth stone, Goliath. I don't care what you was doing to me. Who dropped? At the end of the day, who dropped? Nigga, who dropped who? So that, we get all sensitive. We didn't got emotional and sensitive. We didn't lost the principle of competition or battle. So everything is emotions, everything is feelings. Especially if you fighting for the crumbs. You fighting for the spotlight of the Satan Super Bowl performance. You know, it's just like people fighting over the Hollywood star on Hollywood Walk of Fame or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or a Grammy or whatever. Like, so we gonna express, you know, we're gonna be salty at each other because you got the Grammy that I supposed to got. So I'm supposed to apologize because they gave me the Grammy, but they didn't give you the Grammy. I'm supposed to apologize. I did you wrong. Like that, bruh. That's just the fact that we want to express feelings, or like Kendrick say, get agitated because the devil did what the devils do. The devil played the Willie Lynch card on you like he always do. That's what this whole macho braggadocious ego bullshit is all about. Us ninjas, us former slave descendants of slaves, flexing on each other, crabs in a barrel, flexing and flossing on each other. You nigga, you broke, nigga, you broke. I'm broke. What kind of broke? You talking about financially broke, or you talking about manhood broke? You know what I'm saying? You saying I'm buck broken, or you saying I'm money broke? Because the niggas that's money rich is buck broke. They manhood broke. They testicle broke. Nigga. Which one would you want to be? Which one you want to be? Which one you think is wealthy? The one that got his full manhood sack that's heavier than they ever was, or the one that sold and spread the other cheeks, turned you really got your Christianity on in the wrong way. You turned your cheeks, you know what I'm saying? And now you're not broke. Now you're wealthy. I'm good. I'm good on that wealth. Health is wealth for me. How about that? Health. My healthy manhood image, my healthy manhood receipt track record. You know what I'm saying? My cakes, my cheeks that have never been turned otherwise, the other way. Yeah, I mean, you don't got enough money. It's not enough nothing. Money, jewelry, females, fame is. You don't have enough. There's nothing that could get me to do that. And if you take it from me, if you force me, like we locked up or whatever, then I'm deleting everything. Then you just created a monster. I don't know how long I'm gonna last. But if you, for whatever reason you're able to knock me out or hold me down or whatever, and do some cheap violations to me, I'm deleting everything. I'm just gonna go out deleting everything. Yeah, that's just how that works. But I damn sure ain't gonna sign up and do a conscious consensual deal shit for my cakes, for my cheeks, dude. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Man, financially broke versus spinally broke, right? My spine, my back. I broke my back. They broke my back. I sounded like Denzel a little bit, huh? That gave me Denzel vibes when I just channeled that. I was trying to do Mike Tyson, but Denzel, it gave a Denzel. It said he going crazy. You can see him erratic, looking all burnt out. Where y'all headed? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. That happens when you compromise them cheeks. That happens when you compromise them cheeks. I've lived long enough, and if y'all follow this page, I'm probably over 30. If you're over 30, over 40, then you know what compromised cheek reactions look like. You know what compromised testicles and compromised manhood reactions and response look like in a person, in a black man especially. In a black man for sure. You erratic now. You not calm and you not cool and confident like you used to be. Like you real erratic. You're not looking good. You just got shriveled up all of a sudden, bags and wrinkles and just, yeah, man, you did something, man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you can't recover and be redeemed and atone or whatever, but whatever it is, you must not be willing to. You must be so trapped in your positive pro-black manhood, black manhood, heterosexual image that you can't even face whatever it is. It seems like, you know, you did or got done to you that got you, you know, saying that you're an alcoholic. I don't know if y'all seen that. Denzel been coming out lately saying this and that, and you know, I'm suffering with alcoholism, like alcoholism. So, you know, that's demons, wines and spirits. Yeah. So that's what I get on here for, man. I get on here to try to share and prepare us and prevent us, if possible, from going down certain roads or getting into emotional, judgmental spaces and positions where we're gonna wind up saying something or doing something that we regret when it wasn't even necessary. And just letting y'all know that this whole thing is based on like this battle and who's the best and who won, who that's all subjective. I mean, yes, it's based on the youth, the masses of the youth, either the majority of the youth or the most influential minority. That's the two classes that determine a winner or who's best or better at something. Is who the audience say. If the masses of the audience say, yeah, such and such is better, or that, you know, he moved us more, it don't even mean that they raps was better. It's like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? We all know Tupac is a GOAT, is a great, but it's not because of his quote unquote lyrical gymnastics. It's because of his honest spirit. It's the spirit, the passion, the spirit of his words, even though his words might be simple. But the spirit wasn't simple. The passion wasn't simple. The rage, the emotion, whatever it is that he was rapping about, you felt him. It wasn't you heard him like, yeah, those lyrics didn't sound intricate enough. No, you felt him. He was able to pronounce his words in such ways that you felt them. That's more powerful than I heard you, or those words, you know, those lyrics was, it was not about lyrics all the time. It's about, do I feel you? Are you speaking into my pain, to my anguish, to my dissatisfaction, to my frustration, to my anger, to my sadness? Can you speak into that? Like, I don't care about no lyrical gymnastics. I don't care about no flipping the tongue and all that shit. Nigga, speak to my heart, speak to my condition, speak to my pain, speak to my, you know, my warfare, to my enemy, to my stress. If you can't do that, then you're not really a great. Not in my book, in my judge book, my rule book. I gotta feel you. I can't hear you. I gotta feel you. I gotta feel the spirit of what you're talking about. I'm a spiritual dude, and most black people are spiritual dudes. I mean, and females. Even when I'm talking like this, like we like comedy. A lot of times, comedy is also passionate. Even especially sarcastic or dark comedy. Like I'm that kind of dude. I'm very sarcastic, very dark sense of humor. I laugh at the things that other people cry about. So I that's why I never really had no friends in this, because nobody will really accept or understand my sense of humor. So if I would diss somebody, or if I would tell them, like, you know, my take on it, it'll break their heart. I'm not into breaking my people's heart. Their heart is already broken, so I gotta hold my tongue or whatever. Like, but some of us is built and fashioned and formed that way for the days of judgment. So when we do get a green light to start talking or start moving and start activating or whatever, is gonna be something like, you know, you never seen before, or you never heard before, and that's what we starting to see. We starting to see that there's people that's tapped all the way in. That finger is on the pulse. The finger is, they are the finger of the pulse of their people. And other people can't understand why this nigga get this kind of respect, or why they get moved to people like this. Why do people respect him, or talking about he won or he the best? No, such and such better than you. Such and such better than you. Not according to the masses, not according to the most influential rebellious soldiers and warriors. They not rolling. They don't agree with you. So what you gonna do? You gonna fight them? How you gonna convince the warriors that your pick is better than their pick? You're not. You're going to shut what Bernie Mac called the F up. That's what you're going to do. Or you're going to be on these internet chats and shit, keyboard slaying, keyboard soldiering. You're not going to say that to these warriors. You're not going to say that to these masses, the people in the streets that actually say Kendrick beat Drake and Kendrick will beat Lil Wayne. You're not going to say that to them in their face. You're not gonna say you crazy or whatever, barbershop talk. If you don't know them, you can say that fly stuff to somebody you know. These little sliders, you know what I'm saying, that support. It's a different animal, man. It's a different animal. So we got to know how to speak that language. You got to know how to speak the language of the weapons of the army. The army. And how many of us can speak that language if we not a member of the army? What army is Drake a member of? Right? That's what it's going to come down to. Have we not learned nothing from history, American history, world history? Only armies, only weapons get the job done. Only soldiers and warriors that's willing to use them get the job done. No sideline victories. No pom-pom cheerleader victories. There's no, I guess, now recently, I guess cheerleader competitions, but the cheerleaders win if they team win. The cheerleaders is there to cheer on the actual warriors that's on the field or that's on the court. But then I guess this generation, okay, well, let's who cares if you got the best cheer squad and your team losing? You got the best cheers for a losing team and shit. That don't make no sense. So it's always going to come down to the warriors, the soldiers, soldiers. And if you ain't got no soldiers, then you're not part of no army. That's why anybody that be disagreeing with me, I be calm. Like, it's not no threat. And I want to allow everybody to express themselves. But really what it comes down to, especially people that say, I don't follow no man or I ain't part of no organization, then you're not moving nothing. Why would we even listen to you? Why would anybody even listen to you? You haven't demonstrated the ability to unite and be unified, follow instructions or give instructions. Why would I take instructions from you when you can't take them yourself? The best leaders are the best followers. The best teachers are the best students. Why would I ever listen to you and you can't show me no black unity organization that you ever been a part of, that you ever contributed to? Why would I listen to you? Why would I take advice from you? It's wartime, army or nothing. Everybody, I'm an army of one. Or I'm all right, good luck. Let's see you demonstrate that. You're a revolution. Let me see your army of one revolution kick off. And let me see how many seconds it's going to last. Your revolution going to last about 17 seconds. However long it take for you to bleed out. Or, whatever. Metaphorically, you got to clean it up here. But when we talking about verbal, this is a information war. This is a lyrical, warfare. In the beginning was the word, right? So we supposed to be able to use the word as our weapon, right? Y'all believe in Jesus? Said he had a double-edged sword coming out his mouth, meaning his tongue was his weapon. Females know that all too well. They know how to cut it down for decades with their tongue. But now once the men the army of God, the Michael and his angels learn how to swing their swords. Now nobody can have. Now we bullies and misogynistic, and now we cheating and bitter and haters, and we all that because now we know how to swing our sword. And not just talking, like, you know, because I don't like a whole lot of talking. Dudes from the West Coast are not really talkers. That's why it's an anomaly if you find somebody from the West Coast that can really spit, you know what I'm saying, shouts out like Crooked Eye, Raz, Kaz, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace, Saphir. Like people on the West that just known for bars and lyrics. That's an anomaly because dudes on the West ain't got a whole lot to say. We talk with our actions. We talk with taking off. Like, you know, if it's supposed to be a battle, like we ain't rappers. That's something we had to learn. Oh, so we not fighting. So this hip hop thing say we ain't got to fight or stab or pop. We can break dance. Okay, let me see how that work. How that work? Oh, okay. So what if they beat you? What if they beat you and then they in your face? What if they battle rap and beat you and the crowd go ooh and they in your face? You still gonna wind up taking off on them, right? So it's a whole generation of that now. It's a whole generation of dissatisfied youth that love rap because it helps them vent and express their frustrations and their rage and their dissatisfaction. But if you add wisdom to that, if you get a Kendrick, a K Dot, or a Nipsey, rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? You get people like that. That's dropping real wise divine seeds about who they really are, your divine identity, and who your enemy really is, and standing on it, and ain't got no weird case. Why is he around? You ain't got no weird smut, weird track record to file if they pull it. It don't mean that you got to be Mr. Tough Guy. Just don't have no weirdo stuff on your file. Just don't have no weird stuff on your file. You know what I mean? Then you qualified to speak strong, with authority. It don't mean that nobody has to obey you or nothing like that, but you just have a different energy. You could say your words with a whole different energy, like Pac. Pac had a certain energy because he knew he didn't have no certain type of smut, no certain type of weirdo stuff on his track record, on his file. He came up, on the Oakland side of the game with the Panther, with that revolutionary side. He knew what you're supposed to be able to cuss about. Everybody else, Dolores Tucker and all of them saying don't cuss, and Calvin Butts, and they making a big thing about freedom of speech because of Luke, two Live Crew and all of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can ban all of that, but don't ban F the police. That's when Cube and NWA was their greatest. That's what made them goats. That's what made Cube a goat. F the police. One of the greatest records of all rap records of all time. F the police. Same with Snoop when he did I don't know if it was Escape from Death Row, whichever one of the ones, and it's driving the cops crazy, but ain't nothing but a black thing, baby. Them was revolutionary lyrics. 187 and all that. Them is revolutionary lyrics. But the Satan seen that and it's like, nah, we need to take it all the way in this destructive degradation, you know what I'm saying, dish your own people more than you gonna dish the real enemy or to dish the crooked government. And they successfully did that. Made them the biggest stars on the planet. Biggest rap stars on the planet. Not because that's what the people wanted to hear. No, that's a lie. People wanted to hear what they was hearing. Somebody else wanted to hear us saying some other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, how much would y'all pay to hear me debate, any one of my peers that disagree with me? You ain't never heard me stuttering, never heard me biting my tongue unless it's for YouTube reasons, or I'm trying not to get somebody's page canceled or demonetized. But yeah, let me get on with any of the people that I call their names out. Not because they quote unquote my enemy, but shit, if we done waited this long, man, somebody gonna call it out. Just like Kendrick. Let me test the water. I'll say this name, I'll say that name. They know my history. They know I love them and have loved them and have rolled for them and did everything that I can in my power for them. And it's when they called or when they didn't call, I'm there. You ain't even got to be Candy, man. When it comes to dissing and the weirdo stuff, then yeah, I won't show up until you say my name. Like Beetlejuice or Candy Man. You say my name or Bloody Mary or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm coming through. I'm coming. But other than that, you don't want nothing with me if you ain't saying my name. But I want to know, do you want to say my name? I put it out there. I'll say y'all name, but just not in no super disrespectful way. Like I got a right to say anybody's name that I done dealt with. See if they want to respond. Okay, well, keep it that way. I ain't gonna keep pressing it. I'm gonna do my thing though. I'm gonna get behind the young gun, the young warlords. You know what I'm saying, and advise them and counsel them. Old men for counsel, young men for war. Well, I'm for war too. I'm right in the middle. I ain't too old. I wish I had access to studio or whatever equipment or whatever where I'm at, because I definitely would be trying to convert all of these lives into songs. Each one of these lives would be a song, because I would just put out content, just a volume, just a high volume of quantity, because it's already quality. The quality already there. My quality ain't in question. My spirit that I'm gonna be speaking on and speaking with is not in question. So I love the fact that I know Kate. I don't get paid for this. Just the fact that I can spend as many minutes or hours what we do every day. I'm not getting millions. I'm not sitting on 400 million because I did this. Boy, if I got paid for this, that's why I know Kendrick got a whole arsenal of nukes over there for every nigga. Because he already paid. He got rewarded. He saw literally the financial reward of doing this. So you think he's just sitting on his hands, on his thumbs? Like, he's in the studio. He's in the lab with the best beats, with the best resources, the fresh, sober mind, as far as I understand. He could just keep going. He can keep going. My generation, we gonna try to be too meticulous. We on some Dr. Dre type time where you think you made a masterpiece. It's gonna take you whatever 2 weeks or something to write one song. And you put it out and you think it's supposed to just blow up and just swallow everything up. No, it don't work like that. No, it's volume at this point. It's quantity. He'll just hit you with another one, hit you with another one, and hit you with another one, and hit you with another one, just like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali didn't have power. He wasn't Mike Tyson. He wasn't going to come in and just get you out of there in the first 10 seconds of the fight while you going to the bathroom or you in the concession stand and you missed the whole fight. Muhammad Ali was that quantity. He going to jab you to death. He going to jab you to death, jab you to death, jab you to death, flurry, combination, jab you. He not power puncher. He just going to outscore you and break you down. That's how Kendrick is. Yeah, Weezy or whoever, Drake or whoever, they could have probably came out with a knockout type hit, but they didn't. And the fact that they didn't, why would he change his strategy when it works? If he in the gym, if he got verbal, lyrical stamina, if he on the treadmill, if he got 100 songs, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many songs dudes like that might do per day. If he bragging about Tupac, looking up to Tupac and Tupac's work ethic, what the hell do you think Kendrick is over there doing? In the comments, reading niggas' comments? Or is he doing more songs that he know already made him as much money and respect and admiration as he got so far? Like, so just the sheer volume of punches that he gonna hit you with, you don't want to start it. You don't want to start that. You know what I'm saying? Is this about Drake? It's about Drake and Lil Wayne. Drake is an extension of Lil Wayne. Drake is Lil Wayne's franchise player. Drake is Lil Wayne's Kobe Bryant or Lil Wayne's LeBron James. That's what Drake represents, right? Young Money. So it's kind of connected if Lil Wayne is kind of, upset at Jay-Z or whoever that's supposed to be over the Super Bowl thing that's happening in his city, his town, and then Drake just got washed by Kendrick, and now Jay-Z is going to rub it in and choose Kendrick to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans instead of Lil Wayne, then you got to see how that's being played. You got to see how Jay-Z is involved and what type of, COINTELPRO, Art of War, provocation, you know what I'm saying, that Jay-Z is doing. Is Jay-Z, is he representing them people? Is he, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of ways you could look at it. But if y'all don't know that this is how the hidden hands work, then we just remote control video game men and shit that's getting manipulated by our emotions, manipulated by the people that can throw money at you or throw money over here and make you look like you lost, or throw money over here and make you look like you won. So that's what Drake is trying to air out that now. Well, Universal Music Group, they pay him for bomb. Man, shut up, man. Like, you was cool with it until it didn't go your way. So until he wants to change his image, until Drake wants to change his image and confess and start representing Black self-love or Black unity and reparations, you know what I'm saying? The real Black struggle, instead of acting like you qualified to slide on descendants of slaves, then you just hush your mouth and take that L and see what your upper management want to do. See what the owner of your team want to do. So if Lil Wayne is still the owner of your team and you was his franchise player and you got a career-ending injury, you know what I'm saying, or another player ended your career, then we got to see what his owner want to do about it. Yeah. Whatever the case is, that's something to think about. Why would Universal do that? Not saying that he wrong. Drake could be 1,000% right. Let's just say he was right. Let's just say this ain't about him just being a sore loser and a brat and telling and mad and in his feelings. Let's say he's correct and Universal did do that. What does that mean? What does that mean? Drake, by you trying to expose Universal and Lucian Grange and his son and that whole machine, this payola machine that, they're doing a different way now with streaming or radio or whatever. What does that mean? Are you the David that's going to take down that Goliath, that system, that expression of the Goliath? Is that what you're saying? How you going to do that when you still salty at K-Dot? How do you think that's going to work out for you? Because this is all a real descendant of slave prophecy being fulfilled. This is descendant of slave divine warfare business. So if you in Canada representing that side, how you gonna make war with this beast? This beast, the United Snakes of America. How far you gonna think? How far you think you gonna get doing that? Down to Earth Network say Universal is his own people. Well, no, he thought they was. This is a wake up call for him. He thought they was his own people. Salute, David J. Salute to you, champ. I got your cash app. Thank you, David J. Drake thought that was his people, just like the Gentiles, just like the rednecks thought Big Brother was really their brother, had their best interests. The reason why that Hatfields and the McCoys is going at it right now, or Satan is casting out Satan, is because little brother realized that they was disposable diapers just like the ninjas. They lied to you. They made you think that y'all was gonna share equal after y'all conquered the ninjas. But then once that happened, then you saw that they was throwing you in the garbage along with the ninjas, and now you want to retaliate, you want to rebel, you want revolution. Now you want to be an activist against the big brother, against the beast. Okay, you can be that, but guess what you got to do? You got to do a whole lot of qualifications for us to believe you or support you, because you already sacrificed us, claiming that was your people. So you got to do a Candace Owens. That's why I keep on bringing her up. Candace Owens is the K dot of the journalism world. I don't know how long she gonna last, because she's still plugged in with believing in the Catholics and the Pope and all that, and her husband business. But right now, you know what I'm saying, you got to be able to get the use out of that tool or that instrument or that weapon while you got it. None of us live forever. None of us last forever, right? Every weapon is going to have to be replaced with another one at some point, right? Every instrument, every tool, every utensil going to have to be replaced by another one at some point. So yeah, dude thought that was his people. That's not his people. And he learned it the hard way. He learned it the shocking way. Everything must go. These is capitalist Satans. Everything for sale, including you. Shit, including you. Especially you, matter of fact. As soon as they see that, one ninja is more lucrative than the other one, then we finna put our chips behind the black. We finna bet on black. Yeah. But that's assuming, though. That's assuming that saying Drake's family is the universal people. That's assuming that his mother is even connected like that. Even if Drake's mother was connected, you know what I'm saying, that deep in the Israeli government or something like that, your son ain't. That don't mean your son is. The best you can be is a Barack Obama. They're not going to accept you. The best you could be is a puppet, like a Barack Obama. You'll never be the actual power on either side. You'll never be the actual power on, the Netanyahu side, and you will never be the actual power on this side. It just ain't, it's just not going to happen like that. The most powerful ones outside of Israel is from Toronto. Oh yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I'll definitely study into it. Jack Johnson, Drake did such and such face with the anti such and such league. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I seen that. Zedric, man, thank you, Big Zed. Big Zed, be keeping the lights on, man. Thank you, man. Hotel 7, I got your cash out, Big Zed. Zedric, man, always a blessing, man. And both of y'all, man, all of y'all, made the Most High's blessings return tenfold, with blessings of health and success and victory in this war. So thank y'all, man, for helping us in this fight. Drake's participation in the battle is what's going to kill his lawsuit. Tony Dean Driscoll. That's very likely. That's very likely. But I mean, like, what is he gonna do? He just putting himself in Diddy water. In Diddy water. Because you're not clean enough to do it, and you don't have an army. I would like to know who Drake's army is. Is Drake's army his lawyers? Is his legal team his army? If you haven't learned nothing from history, black people's, very successful and talented and rich black people's lawyers are the Delilahs that take them down. Those are the main ones that are the source of their downfall, because you trust your lawyers like you trust God. You trust your lawyers like they're Jesus or their God or their Muhammad, because you believe in money more than you believe in principles and morals and law and the way you're supposed to retaliate or respond to any allegation. If somebody accuse you of something with a female from 30 years ago, or like Michael Jackson accused you of doing something to a child, you're supposed to ride. You're not supposed to leave it to no lawyers. You're supposed to ride. But the lawyers say, no, be quiet, just settle out of court because it looks funny and it ain't gonna be such and such. Then it ain't gonna go right. It ain't gonna go right. Cecil, salute Cecil. Thank you, Cecil. I got your Cash App. We live, Cecil. Bro C. Thank you, man. Thank you. So these lawyers lie. These lawyers is the biggest. Y'all seen The Devil's Advocate, the movie with Robert De Niro and Keanu Reeves. The Devil's Advocate. That's so true. The greatest profession for Satans and devils are lawyers. Lawyers and judges. Lawyers and judges. And then you got virologists, scientists that actually cook up, poisons and weapons or whatever. But it takes the lawyers and the judges to craft bills and policies and all of that for these weapons to even be able to get used. But these lawyers and judges, they tell you, yeah, just throw some money at it. You know what I'm saying? We'll just plea out or just say, no contest or whatever. And then we'll just seal the files up and they can't never open it again. We'll make her sign a non-disclosure agreement, blah, blah. So we'll sue her if she ever tries to say something like that again. And the Bill Cosbys and the Michael Jacksons and the whoever be so busy and so, focused on trying to make music or whatever they do for a living, make movies or TV shows that they did, just make it go away. Just make it go away. And right then is where you effed up. Right then, when you agreed with that lawyer, which usually is a Jewish lawyer, if you do the research, you look at these people's lawyers, right then is where they effed up. Because the same one that told you, yeah, we're going to make it go away and they're going to seal the files and they won't be able to open the files up. What happened to Bill Cosby? Oh, no, we opening them files back up. So you mean to tell me I paid you this many millions of dollars back then 20 years ago or however long that, that you said it was going to be locked up and never to be released again and discovery could never come out. But now the judge say it can come out and I'm out this many millions and I'm finna go to jail and then get this many hundreds of millions took from me in civil suits and criminal suits and I got to pay their lawyer fees. And that's who's taking us down, these lawyers. Any of your favorite basketball players, football players, actors, athletes, whatever, music people, the lawyers is who robbed them. The lawyers is who got them caught up. The lawyers is who got them locked up. Their own lawyers. Worse than females. Females, can take you down like Samson and Delilah, but females collaborating with lawyers is even worse. That's that combo plate that's going to get you up out of here. Females and lawyers. But if you a freak, then it'll be children and lawyers, or it'll be other dudes, and freak off dudes and lawyers is going to get you took out. So if you got the discipline, if you got the moral discipline to where you can resist all of that, then the devils will flee from you. If you ain't got no track record of doing no weird stuff and they know they don't have that on you, you're going to go into it with a different energy of innocence. You innocent. You're going to let your nuts hang. I don't need the lawyers to tell me, no, you shouldn't say that, nigga. Fuck. I shouldn't say nothing. Nah, you one of them people, nigga. I'm not going to say nothing if I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Why would I not say nothing? That makes no sense. Orlando, salute Orlando. There's a cash app for anybody that, I definitely appreciate y'all support. And here also, since I've been on here an hour, here's the if y'all want to hop on here and share your ideas, comments, any questions, or you got any business that you want to share that we can support, feel free to hop on the live with me, Digital Soapbox Network, and shout out your business, shout out your social media, whatever it is that you want to speak on. Y'all got the floor. I give y'all a few minutes, speak on whatever you want to speak on, because that's what we doing here. But yeah, this initial subject was what really determines who is better or who is the best in a rap battle regarding Lil Wayne and K Dot, or Drake and K Dot, or anybody, is being able to speak the language of the youth, the masses of the youth. It don't mean you got to be the best rapper. You just got to know how to speak the youth's language. You might think that your rhymes and your punchlines and your metaphors and all that is off the chain, off the Richter, precise, airtight. But the youth might not know what the hell you're talking about. The youth might speak just ignorant, ratchet, self-destructive type language. They don't care about no tight, precise rhyme words or nothing like that. You got to find out what the fish is biting. It's fishing. Yeah, I eat broccoli, but when I go fishing, I don't put broccoli on the hook. I got to find out what these dirty little fish out here eating. They eat guts and fish eggs and heads and boo-boo off the floor. I got to put that on the hook if I'm trying to catch them. I'm not here to try to reform the fish right now. I got to catch them first. Once I got a bucket full of fish, then yeah, I can change their diet then. But not, thinking you finna go throw what you like into the ocean. This is what I eat. This is the best food. This is the healthiest food. They stupid if they don't bite my broccoli. Yeah, they stupid already. Why you think that we at the bottom of civilization? We are definitely mentally dead. So do you know how to speak the mentally dead language to where you can wake them up, meet them where they at, not require them to come to where you at? So if it makes sense, it makes sense. To some people, it don't. To the holy rollers, it don't. If you really in this work, if you really have been in the work, in the mission, and the cause of reforming and redeeming and uniting the worst of our people, then you know what I'm talking about. Anybody that disagrees with me has not done this work. I can challenge you. I can dare you. Anybody that disagrees, you have not done this work. Now, if you've done it, you ain't been successful at it. Tony Dean Driscoll. I'm trying to see the system is corrupt. American intermediated documentary. Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess y'all talking to each other in the comment. I hear you. I had a judge. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Tony said, I hear you. I had a judge add a charge to my jury trial during her reading jury instructions. No cause. She just decided to add a new charge because I was winning the case. Hey, yeah. That's why this whole system, this whole thing has to be dismantled. It has to be removed. It is the essence of corrupt. It is corruption. It is the embodiment of corruption. Right? That's why I say Babylon the Great has fallen because she has become the habitation of devils. A cage for every whatever foul, hateful bird, and it's all corruption. This is the land of the free to be corrupt, free to be a freak, free to be immoral, free to be self-destructive and counter-destructive. That's the freeness that this Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberals, the Statue of Liberals is a female, right? That's what it's about. the land of the free. You can be free to be the devil that you want to be here. Lie, cheat, steal, rob, delete. That's what America represents. That's why other people call America great, the great Satan. It ain't make America great again like great righteousness. America is the great Satan to our people in the East. So do we want to be with her? Do we want to go down with her? Or should we come out of her, our people, and be not partakers of her sins, her dirt? So I'm just a regular dude, but I was raised in the Bible, raised now, half of my life now in the Quran, Islam, raised in these streets, raised in nature, raising animals and insects, going fishing, hunting, all of that. So that's my book, my Bible, my Quran is nature. Provable creation, laws of nature, the way nature rules things, the way nature judges things, not what some paper book do. My Quran is the creation, nature. Way back when I was 20 years, I think. Yeah, I was 20. My first album, Never Again. I think I said something else. The Never Again, of course, you know what that means. That's off of the real Holocaust. The people that have been through the real 400 years. Never again will we let that happen to us, and those people do that to us. But I said something like, as long as y'all been giving me hell, no wonder it's a crack in the Liberty Bell. The Liberty Bell. God bless America. But for what? How about God de-America, the slut? America ain't blessed. It has been blessed. No more blessings for America. It's God de-America. That's what Jeremiah Wright. You remember Barack Obama's former Christian pastor that he had to distance himself from and throw him under the bus because he started getting a little too revolutionary with his sermons, too pro-black. Talk about God de-America. Yeah. So we was on this way back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was. So this ain't nothing new. We got to wait this long for Kendrick. I had to wait this long for Kendrick to show up. I had to wait a long time. That's 30-something years. So I'm riding with K-Dot. Mr. Mark, America has become like Sodom and Gomorrah, ancient Rome, ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt. She a country, a city where every kind of wickedness and lawless action against divine law is practiced. Absolutely. It's not just practice, it's promoted, it's rewarded. It's not practice, it's mastered. I'm with you, 100% with you. I agree with you, except for that part. It's not practiced, it's mastered and rewarded. It's compensated, it's rewarded, encouraged. That's how you get a bag, is if you practice the Sodom and Gomorrah, ancient Babylon, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt activity. You master it. They see that you all the way trying to get your PhD in the subject. And your PhD Diddy, your PhD Disney in the subject to where you on tape. When you on tape, then you have arrived. They got you on tape, videotape and audio tape, you have arrived. You're officially one of them. You're officially a Sodomite or Gamorite. You know what I mean? A Babylonian, an Egyptian, a Roman. You official. So they unfortunately have deceived the whole world, majority of us. So that's what the resurrection is restoring us back to mental life and not holding us accountable for the mental death and the activities that we did when we was mentally dead. So we offering olive branches, we offering a way out, a door, a gate, a path to come out of that. And for those that take the path and accept it, then they will be forgiven. We have been forgiven. We have been redeemed, are being redeemed. But for those that say, nah, I don't need that. I don't want that. I'm having it my way over here. Grace time is up for that. So if you choose that today, you outro. You choose that because you've seen in the past decades, everybody else is able to get it. That's what the youth do right now. That's what the Megan Thee Stallions and the Sexy Reds and the Glorillas and all of that. That's why they pushing their line so hard, because they're saying, well, Snoop and them did it. Too Short and them did it. Luke Skywalker and them did it. Little Kim did it. Foxy Brown did it. Yeah, they was under grace. Y'all not under grace. This is not grace time no more, so it's not going to work for y'all. It's going to crash out way quicker. It's going to be a crash out. It's going to be consequences and repercussions instantly, immediately. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't happening. Just because, because especially, this world is so fake and so egotistic, so false image, so Adam and Eve with the fig leaf that you're trying to hide your shame, that you're not going to say what you're really suffering until it's too late. Until it's too late, you can't hide it no more. I was looking at something about Wendy Williams, all these gossip queens and stuff, what I'm saying, made a living, made a career off of smutting, airing out and gossiping other people's personal life or private life or whatever. Or you look at, Ray J and whatever he was going through. He young, young black man, but when you make a living off of dirt and off of smut, off of immorality, man, then you already cursed your soul. You have to do some radically righteous, revolutionary actions to get that up off your soul, to purge and clean and purify your soul of that. Half-ass doing it and being quiet and being careful and safe, that don't work. That's just going to make your condition worse. It forces you to have to be radical and do a radical thing. That's why, in my opinion, that's why Kanye been able to last as long as he have. You see, he'll go back to, getting with another little white girl and doing this and doing that, but his personality is so eccentric and so volatile that he'll throw it off. He'll go extreme on you. You know what I mean? And to me, that's his saving grace, because he'll say some real shit when real shit need to be said. He might go back to his weak stuff or whatever, but they know he's subject to say some real revolutionary stuff. But you don't see the majority of these people ain't doing that. They're going to play it safe. And safe is actually sorry. Safe is sorry. Their version of safe is sorry. Yeah. Supreme touch, foul and hateful birds are people coming from all over these countries and coming to America to live out their filthy lifestyle. Yeah. But they say it's a cage. It's a cage. It's a hold and it's a cage. So a lot of us this is our prison. We want to be foul. We want to do all the dirt. And this is our prison. We're not allowed to go nowhere else and do it. We confined to here because of that. So we're going to see what that look like in a few days too, as we get more and more persecuted and the mask of brotherhood and civility and all that starts coming off from these people. That's why I respect Trump, man. I'm telling you. I don't vote. I didn't vote, but I super respect Trump and what he's being used for, what God is using, the Most High is using Trump for. He's using Trump to bring this whole thing down. He's using Trump to make war with the beast, Satan against Satan. He's using Trump to make Babylon the great fall, like Humpty Dumpty, never be able to be put back together again. And he's doing it with the intent of retaliating against the people that tried to break him. He got personal reasons. That's what makes the most vicious activists. Personal reasons. It's personal. Even though his personal is business too, just like mine is. My personal is still business. But he got the resources, he got the numbers, he got the army, he got the weapons to actually go after his enemies like they came after him. And I love the fact that his enemies are our enemies. His enemies are the mainstream media and social media. His enemies are fake news. His enemies is in FBI, IRS, DOJ, Big Pharma, Federal Reserve, all the people that have been robbing us and giving us hell. The judicial system. He said that they weaponized the judicial system against their political opponents. All that's true. They've been doing it, but since now, just like Drake, since it hit you, since you feeling the pinch of it, then you want to be an activist and retaliate and drain the swamp because it hit you. So since it hit you, you want to drain the swamp. Cool. That's exactly what I want to see. It's not our fight. It's not our business. We stay out of it, stay neutral, and let them do what they do. But the real Satans that have manipulated us for so long is continuing us to emotionally manipulate our women. So they're going to nominate and draft our women to be the top soldiers, the frontline soldiers, foot soldiers, and cheerleaders of their new battle, battle against Trump and them. And you making yourself super targets. You the new targets. You'd be the first targets that Trump and his people get at. Black women that can't shut up. That can't shut up about losing to Trump. That can't shut up acting like you ever had some power. That Harris is lying to you, or the people that back up Harris, like Harris's husband's people, have been deceiving you and lying to you and programming you to think that you had power that you never had and they never intended to give you. You'll be controlled power. They'll be exercising their demonic satanic plan through your mouth, through your face, but let you try to actually be independent and do something for your own black woman self. And you're going to be right there with Diddy and Drake and R. Kelly or whoever. That's just something we ain't seen yet. We've seen a little bit of it with Sandra Bland, rest in peace. But it's going to be a whole lot of Sandra Blands. And it's going to be a whole lot of Tamir Rice's, I'm talking about just on the female side of the game, the black female side of the game. Y'all don't know what y'all playing with. Hold your tongue, hold your mouth. Stop all that, but I'm seeing these braggadocious. Yeah, I get depressed. I get to talking about that subject too much. Mr. Mark, I believe the minister said we should be grateful for Trump. He's not a politician, but has the truth of most powerful white privileged thinkers think. He's just letting the world know. Yeah. You should be thankful. Even if Harris would have won, even Biden. I'm thankful for Biden. I'm thankful for Harris. I'm thankful for every devil. I'm thankful for every Satan. I'm thankful for every sellout, every Judas, because it's just verifying and fulfilling the script and teaching us the lessons that we need to be taught expeditiously, in a fast track type way. And we don't want to accept that part. We don't want to even accept that it's a God issue. Like God said no. God said no to you. How do we handle when God says no to our requests? We want Kamala Harris. We think that she's the best and this and that. We got our whole ego and speaking it into existence, manifesting and saying, well, the next president, the first lady, and no. No. Now what? You don't believe in God no more? God wanted to save our loved one. We prayed. Our loved one had this illness or Was in this accident. God, please heal them. No. F God, then F ain't no God. Ain't like, all right. Just because we upset because he said no to our requests, don't mean he still ain't God and he still ain't in power. Don't mean you still don't gotta submit and bow down and humble yourself. So that's the lesson. There's many lessons in the presence of the devil. There's many lessons learned from God making devil and allowing devil to have their way and a rule and express themselves the way they have for the last 6,000 years. Much to be learned, priceless. That's actually what the Bible talk about when it say, don't go not near this tree. Don't eat from this tree yet. It was yet. Don't eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. All you supposed to know about is good right now. As soon as you eat from this knowledge of evil and how to practice evil, that's the day that you surely gonna die mental death. You're gonna die mentally dead. Your body is gonna stay alive. You know what I'm saying? All bodies is born and die. That's not the death that they talking about. You're foolish to think that human beings haven't always died. If you think death just started 6,000 years ago with Adam and Eve, then you're a fool. That's foolish. How many people is on the planet right now? How old you think the planet is? If it wasn't no death, there would be no space left on the planet for nobody to live. Death has always been a part of life. Death has always existed. Physical death. So when the Bible talking about the day you eat of the knowledge of evil, you shall surely die. It's talking about a mental death, the powers of your God power that only activated through truth and righteousness. It's a governor. It's a fail-safe mechanism on the human brain, which is God. The God powers can only be activated and improved with righteousness, with righteous intent. It's the intent, it's the motive, the intent. It only works with righteousness. It might work a little bit from some other little vain motives or some, if you got psychic powers, you think you're going to use your psychic powers to win the lottery or some selfish, greedy, goal or whatever. It don't work like that. The God powers don't work like that. God powers work with only for righteousness. But the day you start eating off the tree of evil, then you die. Your God power dies. That's the day your power dies. Your God life dies. That's the day you die. The day you eat from this tree. And we've been eating from that tree for 6,000 years. That's why we've been dead. And now at least we get to see this was the consequences from eating from that tree. Now we can choose to not eat from that tree no more because we see what it did to us. We just need to see the example of somebody that stops eating from that tree. Oh, damn, that's what you're able to do? You can do like this. You can become this. You can accomplish this in your lifetime. Okay, let me stop eating this shit. Let me fast. Let me ban this tree. And that tree is this devil people. Let me stop listening to these people. Let me stop trusting and believing in these people. Let me stop considering them my authority. Let me stop worshiping them and admiring them. No, I'm supposed to be doing that with my original people. All that energy and love and admiration and worship and all that I have for these people, let me readjust that and redirect that to my own people, to myself and my own people, my own kind. That's how you come back to life. That's resurrection. You're not getting up out of no cemetery. You're getting up out of the prison of powerlessness that we've been under for the last 6,000 years, believing in the wrong tree, eating from the wrong tree, eating from the wrong people. That's what this is all about. Salute Willie Lump Lump. Man. So this is just free game from your brothers, not game. It's free warfare. It's free war strategy. I don't even like to use the word game, but you know what we be talking about. But I gotta. This is warfare. This is war strategy. Some of the best strategy, like I said on the other live, is understanding the first and foremost warfare that's being waged on us is through food and drink, through your health, through what you put in your body, whether it's Fauci things in your arm, medicines, medications, prescriptions, food. If you don't go to war in no other way, go to war for your health. Go to war with finding out exactly what the best food and drink is to put in your body every day. Big Larry.
Cam, I
Hey,
am
hey.
IC 10-9.
You said IC 10-9?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, yeah. Let's talk, brother.
All I hear is the truth coming from you, so I have to salute you. I've been raised on your music, and I can't argue with anything that you say. So all I want to say is I'm riding with Kendrick.
Mm.
Um, I think that where we are here is in large part, I think, based upon Nipsey.
I will say
Nipsey,
I can agree with that.
like we've been behind a dam, and Nipsey was that little break in that little crack in the dam, and now
Yeah.
we're getting something that is beautiful.
What do you think produced a Nipsey though? What uh what made Nipsey so influential like that? Orlando, thank you. I got your Cash App, Orlando. Man, thank you, big bro. Greatly appreciate it. What you saying though? 109.
Well, Nipsey
What?
has go ahead.
No, I'm about to say what should I call you though? Because I want to call you the wrong thing.
10-9, please.
10-9. Okay, for sure. I got you.
And 10-9. See, I know how we work here.
Yeah.
These are my stickers available at IC109.store.
All right,
Now, this is a reference to Romans 10-9, which
got you.
is confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe with your heart, and you will be saved.
Mm,
Now, I I was with, let's see, I grew up in the Presbyterian church. I've listened to your music, and I've been influenced by the nation's message by the Right Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Um, so I mean, I'm on my journey as well.
right,
But the one thing about my story is that, like many other brothers, we've talked about, or I've heard other brothers talk about how they see Jesus in these figures in black men.
right,
My story, my testimony is I saw Jesus in Nipsey.
right, right.
So
I
what
can
made
see
him
that.
what made him that um it's I don't know.
It seems organic. It seems like Nipsey fulfilled that image, that energy. You know what I mean? Um, and even though I think his bloodline is ethnic, background was from Eritrea or Ethiopia. So of course, that's the authentic. Uh, but for him to come over here and favor and recognize the value and actually ultimately give his life
Yes.
for this particular people from his own neighborhood and his own section or whatever, but the descendants of slaves here and affect us the way that he did, that absolutely is Jesus in, or the spirit of Jesus or the Holy Spirit or whatever
Yeah.
in our people, our brother.
And so when I hear you speak of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan speaking in terms of he is the Messiah,
Mm-hmm.
that speaks to me because although I'm not in any particular tradition,
Mm-hmm.
I fully understand that because the way that I see it, the way that I see it is like
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay, biblically he is in line with
Right.
with this figure. So I
Right.
understand that fully.
Right.
So,
And we all are. So it's Jesus is not just an individual. Jesus, like they say, the body of Christ, right? But Jesus, there's a head. There's somebody that represents the head, but then there's also the body. So us, even the body, still has intelligence. It still has cells and intelligence and data from the head. You know what I mean? That it operates. You know, it could consider independent cells, but they operate together as a unit to make up the body of Christ. So we're the part that got pierced and got beat and nailed and all of that. Farrakhan might be the part that got the crown put on his head that carries the burden of the body, right?
yes.
But we're all of us collectively is the Christ, the Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
And so, excuse me, with Kendrick, with Kendrick literally wearing the crown of thorns,
Mm-hmm.
then I think in some regards he is
Yeah,
a Jesus Christ like
right.
figure for us as well, because
Absolutely. All of us are a Jesus, a
yeah,
Messiah, a Christ, right? But the Christ is us collectively. When we are united with that understanding, then we are the Christ. We are the Messiah. But separately, we are a Messiah, a Christ, a Jesus, a Savior.
and you said it's about communicating, speaking the language,
Yeah.
because Nipsey spoke the language
Yeah.
wholeheartedly. I mean, Kendrick speaks
Yeah.
the language, so it's yeah, just like you said. Um, I see 10-9. My story is about how I came into. See, let me say this. I wouldn't be able to sit here, listen to you, and say all I'm getting from the brother is clarity,
Mm-hmm.
right? From a perspective of experience and from knowledge. Because I could be completely in my emotions and say, "Oh, well, what he said this one time, and I didn't like that." But I
Yeah.
mean, peace, you know, and resolve. That's where I am with this
Mm.
because I see it as clearly as I did.
Mm.
Let me tell you a little short story.
All right.
So the number's 109. That's what my whole get down is all about.
Okay.
And
Mine is 107, just for the record.
see, I
Yeah.
didn't know that. That's what okay.
Mhm.
So the day we lost Nipsey, um, I woke up and I checked Instagram to check my phone and everyone was posting about Nipsey. And then I finally read a friend of mine their message and he wrote in past tense saying prayers up for Nipsey. He was a really good dude.
Mm.
That's when that's when I got confirmation that there's something really terrible happened because my
Mhm.
buddy would never post a photo of another man, okay, unless it was like really big news and in that manner. So I was like, oh, this is terrible. So then I went to Google and whatever and got the information. So I went from being sad in that morning, excuse me, to having to get up and drive to work. Only a short distance, 8-minute drive to work. But here's the kicker, Cam. Here's the kicker. I'm from LA, born and raised,
Mhm.
but I was in the Middle East working.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
halfway around the world. And I had a short drive to work. And in the desert, yeah, there are about thousands of people who live there. So it's not like it was completely empty. But on my way to work that day, no one was on the roads because around 7 in the morning, no one's on those roads.
Mm.
There was this one truck that happened to cut me off on my way to work. Now my numbers are 109. And that
Mhm.
truck that cut me off, the license plate had 109 on that truck. Of all the trucks, of all the license plates, there it
Mm.
was. I was like, I was saddened because of Nipsey's his death, his murder. And then I saw my numbers, which they speak to me when I see them because it's like,
Right.
oh, that's
That's
my
right.
birthday.
That's right.
Hey, those are my numbers. I'm like, why am I seeing these numbers, especially in this peculiar way? Because there's only two cars on the road, my car and this other car at this hour. I'm like, that's really bizarre.
Hmm.
So anyway, I think I felt the presence of God in that moment
Hmm.
telling me something very clear, and it was in connection with Nipsey.
Hmm.
So 7 days later, I am on my way to work again. I walk outside my home, I look up and I see a cross in the sky.
Hmm.
Chemtrails or
Right.
contrails, vapor trails, whatever you want to call it. But I lived there for 7 months and I never saw anything like it. And it was clear to me that I was getting another confirmation from God that what you I was getting confirmation of confidence. What you are seeing is real.
Hmm.
What you are thinking within is real. Trust and believe in him, in God. God is
Right.
showing you something. And I'm like, okay, I got it.
Do you,
So go ahead.
now, do you mind? Now, because I'm always interested. That's my favorite subject, God. But a lot of people idea or image or definition of God is different things. So when you say Him and God, like who exactly or what exactly do you see God as? Is if it's a Him?
I don't, although I lived in the Middle East with the brothers with the Muslims.
Right.
Specifically, I was with the Ibadi Muslims of
Right.
in Oman. Um, all I felt was, and all I received from them was knowledge and compassion from
No,
the
I'm I'm,
Muslim.
no, I'm saying not to cut you off, but like, what is your personal view? What is your personal belief of what God is? Is God a spirit? He is God really a He? Is He a flesh and blood man? Who is God to you?
It's the I'm a Christian, so I believe the Holy Trinity. Now, I'm not. I don't go to church and I don't read the
No,
Bible
I
and
get
I
it. Yeah,
don't.
this ain't no. This is just a building session. It's not because I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
ask you
Yes,
some questions. I'm sure you heard me ask people these same questions before.
I
I
get
just
it.
want to help you to think or help you to polish up your own concept of what God is to you.
All right. I think the Holy Trinity, um, the Holy Spirit, God, and the Son.
So I was born and raised Christian, so I totally understand what you're talking about. Um, however, uh, that concept of the Trinity doesn't include the woman, right?
Okay.
And it's two spirits and one character called the Son,
Hmm.
right? So if the Father, if the authority, the omnipresent, omnipotent Father Spirit is holy, right? The Father is the ultimate Holy Spirit, right?
Yes.
Why would he need another spirit called the Holy Spirit that don't really know what to say to the people until he hears from the Father or he hears from the Son? And he's sent here and there when the Father is already omnipresent. The Father is supposed to be a spirit. He's already everywhere at once. Why would he then have a separate character called the Holy Spirit that's limited, that don't even know what to say to people until the Father tell
Hmm.
him, right?
Yes.
So that's an innovation. Those characters have been misrepresented, right? So in Islam, or the NOI Islam, and NOI, we want to bring everything down to earth and prove and point out and prove exactly who's who and what's what. So the Trinity, so-called Trinity with us would be Master Fard Muhammad, the one that
Ah,
came.
yes.
Yeah, it would be Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan. right?
Making it
Those are
practical,
that's
making it real.
right, yeah, because the Bible says the Holy Spirit is a him, it's a he. The comforter of the Holy Spirit is a he. It don't say it's a she, it don't say it's a it. It says it's a he. When he comes, he will guide you into all truth. And he, I go away, but when I'll send him, you know what I'm saying? So that's talking about the spirit in a man. That man is Farrakhan, right? So anybody else that we understand them concepts, but if you can't identify them, that's why the Bible said in
Yes.
Revelations or something like, in that day, when the seventh angel shall begin to sound. This is 107. This is when I told you my number was 107.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Revelations 10:7, 107. In that day, when the seventh angel shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished. It should be no more mysteries about God and the identity of God.
Wow.
Right. So when you hear people actually identify, just because it sounds strange to people and they don't agree, and their grandmama didn't teach them that, and no, this is what revelation looks like. This, because we don't believe that we're divine. The Bible says we are all God's children of the Most High, but we shall die like men because of this and because of that. But when somebody actually tells you that, then you want to fight them. Jesus told the people, yeah, I'm the Son of God, right? Yeah, blasphemy. Get rid of that nigga.
Yes. Yes.
That's our natural ignorant reaction when you start proving that God is in man and woman, and man and woman is God. Then they want to test it. They want to test the theory. Like, okay, well, God ain't supposed to die. Like, who said that? You know what I'm saying? The body of God, the house, the vessel, that's temporary. But what the energy that it holds, you can't kill that. Mm-hmm. My body was born, so my body has to die. But this mind that you're talking to, you didn't create that, and you can't get rid of that.
Let me interject here with, I want to bring my story back to Los Angeles,
mm-hmm.
because I had those moments halfway around the world, and those were like a biblical revelation, as if I were in the Bible, receiving a message from God. And the day that we lost Nipsey, the week following, the day we lost Nipsey was on my mind. And then, after that, I was racking my brain, trying to figure out why was he taken out? Why for the whole week? I mean, I'm talking 5 years now. I'm still talking about the brother.
Right.
But on my mind that week was Nipsey. The fact that I saw my numbers 109 on that one car in the desert at that hour. And then 1 week later, I saw the cross in the sky.
Mm.
I saw those three things. And then that's even not questionable, but that's even a curiosity, because I was in a Muslim Islamic country. Why would I see a cross representing, God?
Yeah.
But I saw those three things, and I'll never forget that. And that's the basis of my story. I moved back to Los Angeles in 2019, and I'm driving down Crenshaw, and at 60th Street, at the intersection of Crenshaw and 60th, what do I find? Nipsey's mural, a cross right there at Crete Academy, and next to it, apartment number 6109. And I'm like, wait a minute, I was halfway around the world, and I saw those three elements here in Los Angeles. They're right next to each other. So
that's part of the power, like, that's sparks and inklings of the power of the righteous original human mind, right?
Yes.
That you can see your purpose. You can see things before you physically encounter them. You know what I'm saying? You can put together certain puzzle pieces that make sense to you. The more you grow in maturity, yes, especially spiritual maturity, things it's just going to start coming to you and making sense.
Yes.
Certain things is involuntary because that's what we are. We naturally gods. Like if you feed from the right kind of food as a baby, you naturally gonna grow teeth. You're gonna grow two little teeth in there. You don't know what you got them for. Like I don't know what these is for, but it's already built in that you're gonna outgrow milk. Milk is not gonna be enough for you, and then you already prepared for something called food or solid food. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But
Salute to you, Cam. It's been a pleasure. Another quick story. I ran into you at the Fox Hills Mall years ago.
yeah.
I think I had a copy of Made in America tape,
Mm,
and I was like, "Yo, that's Cam." I think I was with my cousin. I ran up. On you,
mm,
and you were with a brother, and you were like, "Whoa," you know. And I was like, "Wait a minute, what am I doing?"
mm.
Like, I didn't grow up, in a particular hood.
Yeah.
And I was just like seeing a star, like, yo, I know who that guy is. And I was like, man, that could have been bad for me.
Yeah. Because I never see myself as that. And I always be forgetting that people see me as that. You know what I'm saying? Back then at least, because it was spicy back then. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
So
but yeah, no, I appreciate you though. 10-9,
10-9.
10-9. You got
Yes, sir.
any business, any online business we can support? Anything you want to shout out?
Right now I have I have some stickers. If anyone wants to tap in and get a sticker, I've got plenty here at ic109.store. And I'm on YouTube. I'm doing my thing, but keeping it righteous and keeping locked in with righteousness and yeah.
Well, man, you got VIP over here with me, bro. Anytime you want to hop on, we don't have to agree with nothing. So I appreciate, when you be having your opinions or whatever, they don't have to agree because that make good content and it spark, other people to have to think for themselves. So I appreciate your presence. I appreciate your energy, your spirit, and all that, bro. So much love and salute to you.
And 10-7, I'll remember that. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace. That's I 10-9. Salute. IC 10-9. That's what's up. So I'm gonna get off of here, man. I guess in about 2 or 3 minutes. Um, hit the like button if y'all don't mind. All that algorithm stuff that you're supposed to say, do I guess for this. Anything that y'all want me to speak on, because I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna eat. I'm past time. I'm supposed to eat already, but I'm gonna get back on here maybe in about an hour or two. But anything y'all want me to speak on, please let me know. I seen some comments that I missed, so I don't want to ignore y'all because I value y'all's input. But I wasn't able to get to it right now. Uh, what's his YouTube? IC109. ISEE 109, I think. And yeah, thank y'all, thank everybody, man, for y'all support, man, especially the cash apps and all that super chats. Y'all literally be keeping the lights on over here, Hotel 7, not Motel 6, but Hotel 7, Hotel 107. And I'll be back, man, God willing, in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. All right. Peace. Campaign Trail.